Hi guys, I hope you're all doing alright. This is a really tough situation for all of us, but hang in there. We'll get through this, I promise. I'm making this short video kind of just because I want to start a discussion. So as you may have seen from the title, it relates to what I've been thinking about lately. I've been playing a character this whole time in my videos, the character of Jinlong. And though I do enjoy it, this time I'm stepping out of that character a little bit. Please stay till the end if you can, this is kind of important to me. For the longest time now, I've been using Jinlong as my persona online. I originally made a tiny sketch of a lizard once, but I wasn't satisfied. So I added feathers, yet I still wasn't satisfied. Eventually they morphed into this tiny Chinese dragon with feathers in place of fur. Yeah, in the beginning it was green with violet blue feathers. It also had a completely different name too. In my escapades on Google Translate, I wanted to name them Scale, as in dragon scale. So I came up with the name Cheng. I showed Cheng's design to my best friend. She's the one I went to visit and stayed with during my trip to Korea last year. She thought it was cute. When I told her their name, she just looked me dead in the eye and laughed at me. I asked her what was so damn funny, and she told me, yeah, his name is Scale. Kitchen Scale. I realized that day that using Google Translate to find cute names in Chinese if you don't speak Chinese isn't the best idea. I asked her to help me come up with a better name. And though she wasn't fluent in Chinese, she knew some basic phrases. I eventually had the name Jinlong. The design changed to match too. Jin means gold or golden, and Long means dragon. Yeah, Jinlong's name is redundant. If only I knew that this little dragon would quite literally become the biggest representation of me. When I started my YouTube, I saw Jinlong as much more agender, but I didn't mind too much when people referred to them as male. However, as of late, this really started to bother me. The first time I had a fourth wall break moment was when I was talking about femininity and masculinity in the Mulan video. It was nearly ingrained in people already that Jinlong was male. So I had no idea how to bring out my experience as a female while still in the character of Jinlong. So I had to break character, literally, and separate myself from Jinlong for a brief moment. Jinlong has become much more than just a character to me. It's become really difficult to separate how much of Jinlong is Jinlong and how much is me. I think I can already say that Jinlong is me. It's me in dragon form. And it's because of this identity that I share with Jinlong that the idea of gender is becoming way too much of a pressing matter. Because I am a girl, and I feel like a girl. Despite me being and sounding a lot less feminine compared to other female creators or artists out there, the fact remains that I still consider myself a girl. So, if Jinlong is male, how can Jinlong be me? If you understand what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I'm making complete sense. I think I need to explain something fundamental here. Usually, female characters need to have a couple traits visible in them in order for people to identify them as female right away. The more cartoon and stylized they are, the more clear they need to be. A big giveaway is eyelashes. It really doesn't seem like it, but they are vital. They're there, of course, to imply mascara, makeup. Others even have a slightly protruding chest in comparison to the male characters, literally to imply breasts. Some put it out even further with a visible curvy or hourglass figure. If female characters don't have those traits visible in some way, most people would just assume they're male or agender. It's a culture, unfortunately a very stereotypical culture, that remains in use for non-human female characters to this day. The same applies to Jinlong. When I first designed Jinlong, I didn't have a specific gender or personality in mind, I just thought, dragon. As a result, Jinlong ended up with a really neutral-looking design. People couldn't, for the life of them, see them as female, simply because they don't have those stereotypical female-identifying traits. As a result, most people just automatically assume they're male. Not out of bigotry or prejudice or anything like that, it's much more of an instinctive visual cue that people are trained to spot since they were kids. Ever since they first learned the visual difference between a boy and a girl in the cartoons they used to watch. Girls wear skirts, dresses, and makeup and have an hourglass figure. Boys are anything else. So therefore, characters are boys or agender until visually demonstrating otherwise. Using the pronouns he or him is kind of default for most characters until explicitly shown otherwise. Think about this yourself. Have you ever assumed the character was male simply by their looks, then when you were told they were female, you found it hard to believe? That is why I didn't mind when people assumed Jinlong was male, because I understood that this was why. But deep down, I just want Jinlong to match me, who I really am. I didn't want to just jump the gun and tell all my viewers,
Oop, Jinlong is a girl now because I said so.
without having this discussion with everyone first, and explain my reasoning of why I was thinking about this change. I've had a friend discuss with me the topic of femboys. It just means boys who identify as boys but dress in traditionally feminine clothing. Of course, you don't see many examples of this in the West because homophobia is pretty strong here. Men who wear feminine clothes are pretty easily assumed to be gay or trans. However, that is not the case in Japan, because in the dark world of anime, anything can happen. And I really do mean anything.
なんだろう。膨らみが。
うちは男の子専門ですよ。
Look, I'm all for men being honest and unafraid to like feminine things. If they wanna wear makeup, if they wanna wear skirts and dresses, if they wanna paint their nails, go for it, dude. Do what makes you happy. But in the way they're shown doing that in these animes is just horrific. It's pretty clear they're just there to be fetish traps, to fulfill some strange fantasy that those anime creators want to make public for some reason. But I'm getting way beside the point of this video. I think it's clear already that Jinlong doesn't fit in the femboy category, or the opposite, male girl or something. Maybe deep down, I do want Jinlong to be female because I'm a female, and I feel like that would match me best. I was also thinking that it could also be good that Jinlong doesn't have any of those stereotypical female traits. For examples, I looked at the Wings of Fire book series. It's a series about a world of feral dragons, and there are female and male dragons. If you look at the female dragons, they look nearly identical in design to males. If you didn't read their names, like Queen Tsunami, you would have probably used the he or him pronouns on them automatically. I wanted to hear everyone's thoughts on this before making an important decision like changing my persona's gender. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. I'd really love to hear what y'all have to say. Whatever is decided, I'll stick to from now on. Before ending, I want to ask everybody one more thing. So, the channel's anniversary is coming round! It'll be on May 7th. I can't believe it's getting so close to a year since my very first upload. In this 1 year of making videos, I've learned so much. I do think I've come a long way. I already told everybody in my Discord that I'm planning a night full of fun stuff for us, but I still wanted to post a video on May 7th. Since my very first video was about a Pokemon creepypasta, I was thinking I could do another video covering another creepypasta. I was thinking about Lost Silver, but if you guys got other suggestions, comment them down below. Well, that's about it. Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next time.